The crane tilted, the hydraulics roared weakly, then bam! A joint burst, causing the entire crane to collapse. If it had been a split second later, the consequences would have been irreversible. Grain flew like bullets, heavy sacks were torn open, and dust filled the sky. The drivers of the timber trucks rushed out of their cabs in panic, flying up like a tornado. It was a real nightmare, the grain mixed together, creating an unprecedented chaos. Do you find these trees very fast and effective? Just one step, and you lose your life. The sea seems peaceful, but the undercurrents are always lurking. The river is quiet, but the flood is too much to handle. Near the sea, don't be careless. By the river, don't be complacent. Nature doesn't give you a second warning. These are not cars, these are steel beasts. Superpowered engines, thunderous exhausts, each twist of the throttle is an earthquake. The wheels screech, the smoke billows into the sky, and then whoosh. Disappears like lightning. They don't run, they charge. They don't roar, they scream. Each acceleration is a challenge to the limits of physics. Tuned cars are not for the faint-hearted. Only the bravest drivers dare to tame this beast. Don't feel out when it's storming, everyone. The thunderous roar of an F1 engine can make your heart skip a beat in a split second. Not only are you dealing with light-speed debris, but the sound can leave your ears ringing for hours. It's not just the speed, it's the danger packed into every second, every meter of the track. Don't go out when it's stormy, everyone. No one expected Christmas Eve to be a disaster. With a snap of the fingers, fireworks shot up, but not into the sky, but into the Christmas tree in the middle of the living room. The tinsel caught fire and smoke billowed. The whole family screamed and ran for the fire extinguisher. Luckily, they put it out in time. Lesson learned: never light fireworks indoors, especially near a Christmas tree. In the blink of an eye, the waves roared as if they wanted to swallow everything. Nature is not something to be trifled with. A second of delay can cost you your life.
Teraz swój drive, Maxa i Vic, que o meu vem da Trias, prochen do Mirage Estudiados estão na área.
As the fighter jet hurtles toward the sky at supersonic speeds, the training pilot is suddenly forced to eject. In an instant, he is sucked out of the cockpit like a bullet leaving a barrel, facing terrifying G-forces that could tear his body apart. This is not a drill. Every second counts. Everyone holds their breath. Will he survive the violent atmosphere? Like to mischievous children playing in the middle of an icy world. Who says winter is cruel for them? It is a paradise of freedom and laughter. The crane roared, stretched out to lift the giant steel block, then suddenly swayed. Before the driver could react, the entire body of the vehicle tilted like an out-of-control monster. The giant crane slowly collapsed, bringing with it a nightmare that no one had anticipated. A moment of carelessness, and the consequence is that there is no turning back. The white car sped off, ran the red light for a split second. And then boom, the horrific collision left everything in pieces. This was not just an accident, but a costly warning against subjectivity and disregard for the law. How many more lives will have to pay the price for a moment of carelessness? A feast for the eyes, the plane plunged down, descending to the water like a steel arrow cutting through the waves. The propeller blades swirled, creating white foam, the fuselage skimming the water just a few inches away. All eyes held their breath as they watched. If it had deviated by just a few degrees, the consequences would have been disastrous. But no, it landed like a skilled warrior, breathtakingly beautiful. Actions created by experts should not be followed by everyone. Actions created by experts should not be followed by everyone. The forklift drove up to the truck, then neatly slid into the truck bed in a spectacular performance. No slip, no deviation, not a single millimetre of fall in a few seconds of tension. Amidst the white landscape, the driver slowly drives the car across the snow-covered railway tracks, each step tearing through the icy ice. The snow falls heavily, covering both sides of the road, creating a magical white corridor like in a movie. But don't let the beauty fool you. Just a moment of distraction can cause the wheels to slip off the rails and turn into a disaster. As he hurtled down the snow-covered mountainside, the skier had no idea of the nightmare that was about to unfold. Seconds later, the entire mountain shook. The avalanche was like a giant white monster descending to swallow everything. The speed was terrifying, the roar echoed through the mountains and forests. Could he escape in time? This was no longer a sport, it was a life-or-death race with nature. It was raining, the road was slippery, just a sudden break would cause the car to lose control and slide hopelessly. The scene ahead was a dangerous stretch of road, where accidents might have happened. Everyone, please take note, slow down, keep a safe distance, and absolutely do not change lanes. Be careful every meter, because a second of carelessness can cost you your life.